Hey, Renus, what's going on? Welcome. And Abrielle, hey, what's going on, guys? How you guys doing? Seems like it might be a little loud. Let me know if that music's too loud. I'm, still fiddling. Trying to figure out where to bump it up to when I, raise the volume, so... Let me just, pull up one more thing and then we'll get started. I want to pull up the references for missiles, or for Lauren's character. Got it. Got the thing. I think I'm gonna try to finish the sketch on this before I move on to anything else, so... What if you drew Pokemon birds? Why do you have to choose between the two? Why not both? Now, let's see if I can remember how to draw human faces. Alright, I caught so many Pikachu today. Because I'm a dirty, dirty spoofer. No shiny Pikachu, though. And I'm also up to like 800 some Swablues with no shiny Swablues either, so that's fun, I would say. Why the fuck am I on pencil? Stop that. I don't have time to like go outside and do things, so... You know. Now I have to dig through. The only problem with the Pikachu events is that like it tells you can't get rid of event Pokemon, so or you can't like mass transfer event Pokemon. So like I have like a million Pikachu now that I need to transfer. And I just know it's gonna take like 900 years. Did you get anything good today? Any good Pokemon today for the event? Mostly just Hat Pikachu. The next event's gonna be Bulbasaur Day. I'm okay with that. Bulbasaur's a pretty cool Pokemon. Bulbasaur's my favorite Grass-type Pokemon, or Poison-type Pokemon. Not Grass-type Pokemon. Favorite Grass-type Pokemon is Rowlet. And the only reason my favorite Grass-type Pokemon is Rowlet, and I don't count Rowlet as my favorite Flying-type Pokemon, is because I need space for Toucannon. It became a lot of technicalities. Shiny Hippowdon from the wormhole and Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, that's pretty cool. People are... I'm so excited for... Pokemon 4th Gen and Pokemon Go because people are gonna freak the fuck out about Hippowdon. Stupid gender difference. That's like the worst gender difference in the whole game. Because it's so easily confused for a shiny. It looks really cool as a shiny. It's cool in general. Just, I can't wait until people in Pokemon get to freak out about it. I'm sorry, it looks cool regular. Which one did you get? Did you get the male or the female? So you got the brighter one? I like the brighter one better than the green one, to be honest. I like this one. This is really cool. I mean, it's not that much different than the regular one, but I almost like this better, because it's like a brighter... I like brighter colors. I like it. I think Hippowdon's pretty cool. I enjoy him. Although, the regular female's my favorite, I think. I don't know. Shiny female's pretty cool, too. It's such an interesting Pokemon. It's such a weird one, too. I don't think there's any other Pokemon that have, like, that dramatic a difference between their two forms, other than ones that, like, you know, like on Pheasant that has the thing on its head. I would say I'm excited for Garchomp to come along, but and absolutely destroy everything like it did back in 4th Gen, but fairies are a thing now. Well, it might still destroy everything. You never know. The thing is there's not that many, like... I mean, there's a couple, but there's not very many good... There's not, like, a ton of good fairy types in Pokemon Go right now. There's a couple, but there's not, like, some of the new ones that came out when fairy type came out, you know? Like, some of the real powerhouses aren't even in the game yet. Trying to think of some now that I've said that, I need to now consider which ones I'm even talking about. Like, Florges was pretty good, right? That was a good one. That was more of a defensive Pokemon, though. I think Gardevoir's the big one that's in the game right now. I'm gonna adjust her, by the way, just so you all are aware. Way too tall at the moment. Might actually be short. I'm excited for next generation just so I can evolve all the ones I'm hanging on to. Like, I'm hanging on to, I have a Snorunt all set up for a Frostlass. My Tangela is pretty good, so I'm excited for him to evolve. Like, I'm ready, man. I'm ready for 4th Gen to just get here. Because then we can get to 5th Gen. But I'm real hype about 5th Gen. Good ones in 5th Gen. Oh, hey! It's an apple gravy. We sketching. You could actually almost use this sketch as the line art the way it is right now. It, like, this part, it actually got that pretty... Got that pretty cleaned up. I wonder how Glaceon Leafeon will work. Yeah, that'll be interesting. Because right now... Well, right now, they stayed pretty true to, Right now, so they've stayed pretty true to, the regular games, haven't they? So it's you know, for the original 3, it's not a stone, it's, you know, it's random, but Umbreon and Espeon, you have to have max friendship with them. You have to walk them a certain distance in order for them to evolve into one of the day or night, into, you know, Umbreon or Espeon. So it could be boring and give us Leaf and Ice Stones, but maybe they'll do something like you have to be at a park. Or, I guess ice would be hard, though, because some people live in places where there's no ice. I don't know. They could also just make it random. I mean, they gave us different forms for... They just gave us the different forms for cast form. They didn't, like, do anything fancy with it. They just straight up gave them to us, so... You have to be in the frozen section of the grocery store, yes. Perfect. That's it. That's the one. Next generation in Pokemon Go, the game can detect your outdoor temperature. And in order to get your if you're in the produce section, yes. You have to use your phone in order to detect, temperature. So that you can put your phone in the freezer in order to get a Glaceon. Or at a farm. Could do that too. I think it'll be interesting. I think it'll be very interesting to see what they do next. They already detect weather, why not temperature? Yeah. I guess the thing for me with temperature versus weather is that, like, if you live somewhere, like, say, California, where it fucking never snows, like in Los Angeles, California. If you live in an area of California where it never snows and you just never see snow ever, then you can still get Ice-type Pokemon. You can still find them. They're just ridiculously rare, you know? Like, it's not impossible to find them, it's just extremely difficult. Same way Unknown's really difficult, but, like, you'll probably never have a snowfall event where, you know, it's snowing and Steel and Ice-type Pokemon are really common. You know? But if they did temperature, I guess it would just... Then you would just never get Glaceon if you lived in one of those climates. Maybe that's not a bad thing. Her nose is... Actually, the real question I should be asking is, why do I suck at drawing noses? I suppose the game's already like that, though, where it's certain areas have more trouble than others with certain things. I think that's why St. Louis is such a big hotspot for Pokemon Go, to be honest, is because, like, we can find pretty much everything here. I don't think there's really been any Pokemon that I've had trouble finding. It'll be interesting, I think. I'm excited. Like I always say, the faster we get through the generations, the quicker we can get to Rowlet. Want to get to Rowlet. Come on. Let's go. We gotta get to the bird. We gotta get the bird. Time. Alright, let's adjust your neck, because you are all kinds of too tall. And down the neck goes to a normal. Thinking into the far future, how do you evolve Malamar? Cell phones typically have a gyro in them, so maybe they'll keep that. I don't know how Androids work. I assume they work the same as iPhones, but on iPhones you can flip the orientation. I assume Android is exactly the same. Although people are gonna be real pissed about that. Maybe you have to have your phone in, like, the horizontal alignment or something. Or, yeah, I mean, you could just hold the phone upside down. The game doesn't have to flip over. I don't think the game flips over normally. I think if you hold the game upside down, it just is upside down. Or just, like, spend the candies, yo, because it's not, like, anything significant. There's no purpose to it on a phone game. I mean, yeah, but... it is sort of one of the gimmicks of Malamar, is that the evolution happens when your 3DS is upside down. I mean, that's kind of interesting. Are they not releasing them at all, or are they just not doing it yet? Like, was it announced somewhere that they're not doing it, period? Seriously, out of curiosity, I'm not, like, judging or being... I don't know. Semi-pointless gimmick. Yeah, but Pokemon is pretty gimmicky. I don't know. It'd be interesting. Oh, okay. They just aren't out. Okay, yep. Yeah, I noticed that they hadn't done anything with them yet. I was wondering if they were gonna do them at all. I imagine they must, but... it's not like they're super powerful legendary Pokemon, they're just, like, crazy rare. A lot of them weren't even really officially released in the regular games. People ended up having them one way or another, but... I mean, I have all them in the regular games, but... they'll honestly probably make it some kind of stupid, like... event thing. Maybe that'll be the next EX raid. Who knows? It would be fitting, since the EX raids have Mewtwo right now. So why not make the origin of Mewtwo an EX raid also? I mean, I hope not, but... the EX raid thing is annoying, but, you know, at the very least... well, that's where we are right now. Wasn't really trying to zoom out, but that works. I'm really on the fence about the EX raid deal, but... oh, wow, it's you. What's going on, Lauren? There she is. I think her neck needs to be a little bit longer. Not a whole lot longer, just a little bit. Oh yeah, there you go. I'm a little zoom out. There it is. I might mess with the format of the ribbons a little bit, because they're a little bit random at the moment. I might, like, pull them in a little bit, but for right now, I'm going with it. I like the way they are now. I feel like maybe I want to just move them just a little bit. I'm not gonna redo them. I might just slide them around and see if I can find a composition I like a little bit better. Like, I'm not unhappy with them. I just feel like they could be just a little bit more. Like, they could be a little bit more interesting. That hand is real fucking long. I mean, just a little bit. I'm gonna move this finger. hand pose I want. I think index finger is more extended. Less extended. So I ordered some garden boxes on Amazon because I'm going to try to grow stuff on my porch this summer. And they don't have like their mesh or not mesh wicker on the outside, and then there's like a platform on the bottom to like set up a tray pot in. So I was just gonna like, you know, put that in. But of course, the like inside liner pot that Amazon recommended isn't the right size. So my pots are way too small for the inside of the containers, and now I have to figure out, smaller. And now I need to figure out if I can just line the inside of the container with like, I don't know, like an old trash bag or something, because so not gonna work. They look really cool, though. I'll take pictures of them tomorrow when it's not nighttime. I'm pretty hyped. Keep her a little symmetrical, not a lot. Some parts I won't, like her legs aren't symmetrical, but symmetry is very pleasing to the eye, so. She is a goddess after all. There's an interesting question. If she is a goddess, does she have a belly button? My instinct is to say no, she doesn't. Why would she have a belly button? Yeah, just do deities have belly buttons? Question that I've never really had to ask. Because I have never drawn a god-like character naked. That tangent, because that's gonna bug the shit out of me. We have Powd on up in the background because we were talking about it earlier. Get him out of there. Oh, hey! Thanks. Thanks for the bits, man. How's it going? Surprise! I am surprised. Thanks, dude. Or dudette. I call everybody dude. What's up, Aura? Welcome to the chat. I'm trying to remember how to draw people. What's up? Got a bank account yesterday. Oh, that's awesome. Congratulations on being an adult. Your first step into adulthood. You will regret every decision you make after this. So, the bane of my existence when it comes to drawing people is kneecaps. I will complain endlessly about, like, hands, but fucking kneecaps are the worst. I have absolutely no idea how knees work. I couldn't even figure it out in anatomy class, so usually my knees look like garbage. Got monies. Well, if I ever say dude and I offend anybody, please... I'm sorry. I just call everyone dude. Everyone's just dude. But if I offend you, I will stop. Everyone and everything is dude or bro or bruh. Convince your state to make axolotls legal, and I will come there in a heartbeat. I may or may not have a job on Friday, so... That's like 25% a joke. It's like 75% a joke. Apparently my boss occasionally threatens to close the company when he thinks everything's going really slow and we're not working, and then it turns out by the end of the week we're fine, but also no one's ever sure if he's serious or not, so... So that might be a joke, but that also might not be a joke. Like, there's like a maybe like a 5% chance that I'm not joking. I guess is what I'm saying. So, right now I'm not panicking about it because I don't know what's happening and nobody else knows what's happening. He's just mad today. He was just angry. Yeah, I hope I keep my job. He gets in these moods where he thinks that everything's going really badly and we're not working fast enough and whatever, and then, like, today he was really mad about it, so he was like, if you guys don't make me some money soon, I'm gonna have to close the company. I'm gonna close the company on Friday if you guys can't get a project done. And then we were like, okay, Russ, that's great. Good. We're gonna go back to work now and not sit up in this front office where we can't get anything done. Cool? Alright, cool. The finance lady that I worked closely with when I first got hired on, she basically told me that he does that every now and then. He just sometimes he does. Hey, F-Skater, what's going on? Welcome to me talking about my job and drawing feet. That's the part of the drawing I'm at. Yeah, so apparently he just does that from time to time, and it's totally normal, and it may or may not be serious. So far, it hasn't been serious, so Gina's not worried. Like, when I told her, she didn't, like, panic. She was just like, yeah, he does that. I think it's his way of threatening us to work harder, even though we are literally working as hard as we physically can, but... Yeah, no. It's Mr. Dude Bro to you. Yeah, so, depending on what kind of mood my boss is on Friday, I may or may not open commissions again as fast as possible. I love working in a job where nothing is certain and everything is chaos. It's great. The best. Alright. There she is. Now that I'm looking at it, that is something that I wish to do. We're going to. Head up just a little bit. He's just mad because no products have been released, but that's because I'm telling that, so... We're one. Do everything over again because the boss said so. He pays our paychecks, so... A heron Pokemon? Yeah, dude, why don't we have a heron Pokemon yet? What the fuck? I have the best managers. Do you want to hire me? Maybe. I don't know. I don't know what field you work in, but hire me. Please hire me. Please give me a better job. I wish to not be in constant fear of losing my job. Half the job. I just work in a job where half my coworkers are idiots, and that's annoying. Yep. Oh, you work at a Wendy's. Well, I might have to work at a Wendy's. Shuffle these around just a... I think what I just want to do is crop them in a little closer. I think they're... I mean, I kind of like that they're spread out, but at the same time... I don't know. My life is insane enough that you need to finish installing a Blu-ray player on my computer so I can finish setting up the TV. Y'all need a good job. Yep. Remember seeing this fan-made harem Pokemon that had like a defense form with its head tucked in and then an attack form with the neck all zooped out far? That's awesome. Does she have a name? Lauren, does she have a name? This is for, Rusty Dagger Alliance. I think it's a character from one of their campaigns. In fact, I think it's a character from the current campaign. Jacqueline, there you go. And now you know. I knew it was, like, a fairly normal name that you had, like, changed the spelling of to make it cool. Hang on one second. Right back. Oh, you are chaos on legs. Okay. Please don't ruin the stream. Come here. So my cat was just out in the kitchen, just sitting on the floor, just yelling. And I don't know why. So I picked her up and brought her in here. Now she's hanging out with us. I don't know why she was out there yowling. Very upset. You know what I think's bugging me about this? Yes, that's what's... That's it. That's the thing. The cat has joined the stack. Yes. Now she's sitting on her. Now she's sitting on her blanket. Hopefully not getting into trouble. That's why the ribbons were bugging me. Because they were only in front of her, and so I kept trying to figure out why that didn't look right, and why. Alright. Now... not going to draw all the ribbons later, but right now, just so we can see it, I'm just gonna real loosely erase them out. Cat in the stack. That's a quality play on words. That cute. Alright, and then you wanted this to be in a format... because I realized I resized this the wrong way. You wanted it to be in... size for... which is 16 by 9, yeah. What is 16 by 9 in... probably size it up from there. 1920 by 1080. Oh, you're good, Aubrielle. You're fine. You lurk as much as you want. That picture's actually a lot bigger. How do you want me to lay this? Is there like a particular idea you had in mind for how you want this laid out? Like, do you want her on one side so you can, like, you know, put text here? You know, then you could put, like, you know, the Rusty Dagger Alliance, like, logo or whatever, and then some, like, social media stuff. That's cool. You go ahead and multitask. Just right in the middle you want? Okay. I might actually work on her in this document and then scoot her over, but the other thing I could do, and this is gonna look real derpy right now, because I erased everything, but I could also, like, slide these over. Oh. Right, because they're in a spiral. Alright, so when I get to this part, we'll just put her right in the middle. The other thing I could do is I could do the full piece of artwork, but I could crop it in so she sits better on the page. We'll figure it out when we get there. But, Well, I'm gonna work on it in this document just so that it's a little bit nicer, bigger resolution, and then I can shrink it down. Are you happy with her the way she is, though? Are you you good for me to go to line art and color on this? I'm pretty pleased with it. I think I can work on it from here. Okay, sweet. All right. Only 9 o'clock. Suppose I could throw some color down on one of these guys. You know, take a break and hop around a little bit. Oh. Let's do a little bit of color for a little bit. And then we'll go back to Lauren's piece. I want to kind of take a break from sketching and line art for a minute and just grab something else for a little bit and then come back to it. Alright. Sorry, I kind of zoned out there. I was like thinking. How are you guys doing? Anybody up to anything fun tonight? I mostly got home from work and put together the baskets for outside, so I didn't do too much exciting today, besides, you know, work and stuff. Hope I passed my bio exam, considering it finished it super quick. Oh man, that's always the worst when you like second guess yourself because you went like fast, and you're just like, oh, I hope I didn't fuck anything up. Oh god. Well, good evening, Stop Sign. Yeah, we haven't seen you in a while. What's going on? How you doing? Welcome. I color. You were the first one done in the class. Oh, man. Well, let's hope you did well. I bet you did well. That's fair. Hey, you know, that is fair. Well, we're not playing Undertale anymore. Undertale is done. I didn't finish Genocide, but Sans was too much, so that's it. That's the end. I did watch the endings on YouTube though, and yep. So that is done. I guess I don't really understand this like visceral reaction you guys have to the Genocide run, but you know, each their own. I don't blame you for not wanting to show up, so. You know, if you don't want to do it, that is 100% okay, and it doesn't matter now because we're done with Undertale. So, Professor knows I'm a smarty cake, and the other students talk to me for help and stuff. So yeah, hopefully that helps too. The, you know, the teacher aspect. Hopefully, should anything go wrong, might give you the benefit of the doubt. The color goes under. I did finally get to watch the Gaster Theory by Game Theory, though, the Game Theorists, and that was pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, that was worth the wait. That was worth me going and playing through the game first, and then watching it. It was certainly interesting. You know, like anything with game theory, you gotta take it with a pinch of salt. But it was pretty cool. I was intrigued. Yeah, the yellow cardinal is super cool. Yeah, you planning on maybe implementing that? Because that would be really cool. I think since your birds are more based on like a specific species of bird, I think that'd be a really cool way to, you know, utilize something real that happened in nature. Since my birds aren't really based off one specific bird, I don't get, like, you know, color variants like that as much. Thinking of using it as, like, a Dalai Lama or a Royal Born. It could be, like, so you're going for a good thing, you think? I could totally see that. They'd be, like, you know, highly exotic or, you know, since they'd probably be pretty rare, it sounds like, so they'd probably be, like, highly revered. Your birds are snow-dwelling, right? They live in a cold climate, if I remember correctly? So maybe the yellow ones are, like, considered such high royalty because they, maybe it's because, like, there's a legend about the yellow ones are, like, bathed in sunlight or something. And so that's why they're a good thing. For, like, sunlight reasons, because sun is warm and stuff. Maybe there's some kind of legend about the yellow ones being, like, born from the sun or something, and then that would be a reason why they might be, like, royalty or, you know, religious figureheads or something. Yeah, you still need sunlight to, like, grow crops and stuff, though. And everything's always easier when the sun's out. I don't know. I got some ideas. Thought maybe I'd share them. Oh, she has little front teeth. I forgot that. Little teethers. They just get weird in no light scenarios? Yeah. Yeah, it can get interesting. That is faux show. I actually feel like maybe I should work that into the Veos a little bit. The fact that they live somewhere where there's almost no light because they live underground. But I guess they get, they've got, like, lava and stuff. They like their heat. Could be cool, dude. Could be cool. I've missed having, like, world building discussions, to be honest. I haven't done so much stuff with, like, the actual world building for the... Oh, shit. Is that on the right layer? I did, okay. I wanted to get some separation. Okay, there's some color. Wanted to chuck a little bit of color on something. A little variation tonight. The yellow cardinal thing is just a pigmentation issue, but it's a weird genetic mutation and we don't know what other genes it might be related to. Yeah. Are you? Hey, you know, whatever works. Okay. Did some color. Guess we'll do some line art. Back to Lord. Are you a fan of wine? Is that why they need that? Or is that something that West Virginia does? I've never been to West Virginia. Trixel does not like... Well, I don't know why Trixel wouldn't like your state. Never been to West Virginia, so I don't really know anything about it. Can't pass judgment on a place I've never been to. Just realized I went to grab the, went to grab the eyebrow and then realized that her eyebrow doesn't show on that side. When did Trixel say he doesn't like West Virginia? I didn't know Trixel didn't like West Virginia. I live in Virginia and there's a lot of wine. Oh, well, that'll do it. That'll do it. I gotta start making a little progress on my world building stuff so I can move on to something else. I like my bird people, but I really want to work on somebody else for a little while. Guess I gotta make some time to sit down and actually finish everything too. I haven't actually finished writing all the stuff down for the Veos that I wanted to do. I got a good chunk of it done while I was on vacation, but over Christmas, but I didn't get all of it. I've had some ideas for the Essenians that I gotta write down, and I gotta figure out their culture and all that, so getting there, but slowly. Still haven't decided what to do with the cat people. Kinda don't want to make them just knock off Norns, but... The video thumbnail of country flags. Mine's on the cover. Oh, interesting. I watched that video. It's mostly about, like, the do's and don'ts of flag making, and, like, I think Virginia's got, like, a really strange flag. I don't remember... if they actually... They spent more time talking about, what is it? One of the O's. I want to say it's Oregon. Oregon's flag, which is like, literally it looks like a logo for like a Pepsi company. A logo for a Pepsi company, aka Pepsi. I meant, it looks like a logo. It looks like a logo for a soda company or something. Or a candy bar. You know, it's like, it doesn't look like a flag. It looks like a logo. If I remember correctly, Virginia was not the derpiest flag. Like, that was, like, real low on the list. It was like, hey, maybe you shouldn't use more than one color. Or, like, you know, more than 3 colors or something. Like, they weren't like, this flag sucks and it's the worst and this is why. It was more like, you should pick 2 to 3 colors, unlike this flag. And that was it. Like, that was, like, the most amount of time they spent on it, if I remember correctly. It was not Oregon. Which one was it? One of them's real derpy. Like, one of them is, like, the worst. Maybe it was a county. I don't know. I don't remember. I'd have to watch the video again. I don't think he hates your state specifically. Maryland is the best and I'm not biased at all. No, definitely not biased. I don't know. From what I remember in the video, it was like they briefly mentioned that maybe you should not do like there was like a certain thing in flag making that you should not do, and here are 3 states that are an example of this particular issue and why it doesn't look good. But like the video wasn't like Oregon's flag is the worst, or, you know, Virginia's flag is terrible. It was just like, here's an example of a thing that maybe you shouldn't have done. I know you're joking. I know. I gotcha. It was a definitely informative video. If I ever need to make flags, that's definitely, definitely one I'm gonna keep in mind. Sure. Right now, I've mostly created, like, an emblem for them. Like, I'm gonna have to come up with an emblem for the, I have to come up with, like, an emblem for the Veas and stuff, too. The Jadoa one is, like, a sun and a moon put together. Glyph, almost. I'm gonna have to come up with something similar for my others. At least we got better drivers. Everybody has better drivers than Missouri. I had this lady the other day on my way to work, so we're gonna have a little bit of illustrating time with Axie. Slap this down here. I'm gonna just fix up this little part in our... So, alright, let's have a little doodle time with Axie. So, you know, we got highway, 3 lanes of highway. Yeah, so I'm here. I'm doing my thing. I'm cruising along. there's, you know, cars all over the fucking... And this car comes up in my blind spot, like, right here. And she gets in front of me. But instead of putting her turn signal on and waiting until this car got up a little closer ahead and then just sort of nicely sliding over, she cuts in like this. And I definitely almost hit her, and I honked at her. And she gets into line, and we're continuing to drive a little bit, and she's right here. And we get up to a spot where it, like, breaks off into an exit. And she, for some reason, was like, oh my god, I can't do that. So she gets back over into the left lane. So, alright, I'm driving next to her, whatever, and I get off the highway, and I see her all the way behind me, you know, all the way in the back. I see her do the same thing to the person that was behind me. She just cut in front of that person again. Like, obviously she was somebody who did not know how to drive. Like, I could tell when I got next to her again, like, I looked at her, she was obviously somebody who'd never driven on the highway before, but she was, like, I had no spatial awareness, and I think that was... I don't think she was, like, doing it to be a dickhead. Like, she was driving really carefully, but she clearly had absolutely no idea how to drive on the highway. I'm not saying that defends her, that, like, makes her actions okay, and she probably got into an accident later. I would not be surprised if she got into an accident later, but she was just, like, in and out of lanes, but, like, could not get the spacing in between her and the driver she was trying to get in front of. It was wild. We're going to have one awkward night where we talk about the structure of government in our worlds. I mean... Is that awkward? We sort of talked about it already. I'll probably have to talk about it again when I get to, like, the Senians, but government kind of is already established for the Jadoa and the Veos. I already have them planned. I don't have to do anything else with them. They are good to go, man. They are set. Yeah, I mean, it's just there's so many people in this state that don't use their fucking turn signals. Like, guys, like, I would let you in. If I saw you put your turn signal on, I would slow down a little bit and allow you to pull into the lane in front of me. Like, I would 100% be okay with that. But, like... But, like, so many people don't put their turn signals on, and then they get, like, offended when you don't let them in, and it's like, I didn't know you were trying to get in, so thanks for that. What are they? So the Jadoa have kind of like a... It's kind of like a democracy without the president. A little bit. I based it kind of off the social hierarchy of birds. Of actual birds. I don't know why I had to specify actual birds. But, basically, if a Jadoa who is good at a thing, like, if, say they're building infrastructure for a new city, and there's a particular Jadoa who has a lot of knowledge of city building, that person becomes a, like, cabinet member, and so there's, like, a circle of just, like, a council of Jadoa who have skills in particular fields, and if a Jadoa feels that they are not, like, knowledgeable enough for a certain task, they'll just pass their power off onto somebody else. And so there's, like, a constant rotation of leaders with the Jadoa because they're so family-oriented and they're so group-oriented that that's beneficial to them to keep everybody constantly rotating. So it's sort of like a democracy a little bit. I don't actually know what type of government that would be called. It's also a little bit of a economy-wise, it's a little bit communist, but so that's how yeah, they're kind of a loose republic. Yeah, actually that's more of a republic. And then Veos are I don't know what theirs would be classified as. Basically, it's like a king of the hill type thing. Veos value strength over everything else, so if you want to be king, you just beat the shit out of the guy who's the current king, and if you kill him, you get to be king. And that's literally the only requirement is that you are the strongest of the strong and the most badass of the badass. And that's the only requirement for being a Veos, is that you just need to be the best. That's all there is. I have absolutely no idea what system of government that would be called, but I would classify that as a bad one. I don't think that that is a particularly good system of government, but it works for them. Because that's the kind of lifestyle they have, so... Yeah, a power-based monarchy, sure. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Yep. I actually would need to think about how that works with families, though, because if you're the top dog in the Veos community and you have a kid, does your kid automatically get set... Like, is it automatic, like, oh yeah, your kid can be the next king if nobody challenges you before they're an adult? Or does the kid have to fight you and kill you in order to become the king? I guess you'd have to fight your own kid. That makes the most sense. Public is representative, democracy is direct vote. Yeah, a little bit. It's kind of a mixture of both, to be honest. Kid would want to fight you anyway, and if he were smart, he'd do it when you were weak and old. Yes. Well, that's the thing, though, is that Veos don't really get weak and old. I based them off their biology off the myth of their biology is based off the myth that crocodiles don't die of old age. So Veos potentially can live for hundreds of years as long as they don't get killed by anybody, but most of them don't live past 100 because they just beat the shit out of each other all the time. It's kind of like they just don't get old, so there's some like ridiculously ancient Veos that just are self-preservative, but for the most part they just kill each other. I actually really want to design a character who's a I had this idea for a character who's a Veos that was raised by humans, so he doesn't understand like when people beat the shit out of each other. Like, when he gets to finally go see the Veos city, he's like, why are you all fighting? Can't we talk about this? Like, he kind of has this he has aggressive tendencies still, but he doesn't, like, understand why we can't just talk it out. I thought that would be a really funny, character. Like, take them out of their element a little bit. You know, a Veos who wasn't raised from birth to beat the shit out of everyone. Bird species might be a republic. I decided on the system of government for mine really late. Because I kind of had this idea that I wanted them to be flock-oriented. So, like wild flocking birds. So it's very beneficial for them to all stick together and work together, and they have such a strong survival instinct that it would make sense for them to have a system of government that allows everyone to have a say, especially, but, you know, putting favor on those who are better suited. That's how wild birds flock and migrate in flocks, is because whoever's the one with the best direction, the bird that has the best sense of direction, becomes like the leader, and so all the other birds follow them. But if that one gets lost, they just let one of the other birds take power, and it's just a really quick, like, okay, well, I can't do this, so you do it, because you're better suited for it, sort of thing. And then that worked for the Jadoa, because my voice just fucking cracked, and I don't know why. Yeah, so that worked out really well for the Jadoa, because they have a very, like, hive-oriented... Systems of government based on cultures and impulses, so you should know a lot about the feel of the species before you bother giving them a government. The bird culture is a Germo-Scottish, which would kind of be like a confederation. I don't actually know, like, the technical terms for, like, governmental systems, to be honest. I don't really actually know what it compared to any literal. I probably sound really stupid for saying that, but like I don't, off the top of my head, I don't actually know government by name. I know a couple of them, like obviously the easy ones like anarchy, monarchy, kind of thing, but I don't actually know like the more obscure ones. Like I don't know what a confederation is compared to anything else. I'm actually sort of on the fence on what to do about, what to do with the Essenians. Because their culture is all about their connection with their dragons and just sort of being free spirits, but they still sort of work together, and I don't know, like they all live together on their little islands, so they need to have, like, they can't just be an anarchy. Like, they have to have an organized system of government. I just can't decide what I want to do with it. Maybe I should just give them, like, maybe I should just go really generic and just give them, like, a chief, and they just have, like, a family that is, you know, the family that's in charge. I don't know. I haven't decided. I'd be tempted to say that whichever ones are, linked to the alpha dragons are the ones that are, considered most powerful, but the alpha dragons also disappear from time to time and just don't exist. So I don't know if, like, I don't want the alpha dragons to be a dragon you can just go find somewhere. Like, some of them are really reclusive, so I don't know. Alright, getting to the least favorite part. Part that I hate the most. It's drawing feet. Time to draw feet. I'm 89% not okay with feet. Rosenian's a clan-based thing where you follow the rules of a clan whose territory you're in might make sense, or a direct democracy in which the people's will has to be followed, because that's the nature of their race. Yeah, I think one of those two makes sense. Just thinking out loud. That's fine. Hey, thinking out loud's fine. I'm thinking out loud too. That foot fetish. I fucking hate it. So bad. They're really fun. Oh. I'm gonna go look at the Is there a particular, like, style you want your birds to have as far as their, like, as far as, I don't know, like what kind of, I think a good, like, world building questions I've been asked. Like, what kind of, like, do they have, like, what kind of holidays do they have, or, you know, what's one thing about them that makes them kind of, unique? So, like, for example, the Jadoa have their kind of hive mind type, it's not really a hive mind, they're very strong flock-based instincts. What about your birds? You know, what are their kind of defining trait? I can't wait till you decide to go for the Notaru, because I'm furry trash. Ugh. You just really want to talk to me in voice chat for some reason. Honestly, my statement from earlier still stands. I really just don't have time for voice chat after I get home from work. I mean, that's... sorry. The voice channels are... at this point, they're more or less down there for you guys to use, because I just don't have time. But that's neither here nor there. Yeah, see, the thing... so my problem with the Noldaru right now is that I don't know what to do to make them unique. Because right now, they are like a knockoff Norn. You know, their whole culture is based off of, you know, making sure that you are remembered. They're just like Norn right now, and it bothers me. I can't justify just straight up taking a thing like that. There's no reason why I can't do something more interesting with them at some point, and I can't decide on something that like hasn't been done for snow dwelling race, you know. Everybody's done Viking. Everybody's done, you know, whatever. I need to decide on something for them. Something that makes sense. It's just they're cat people. Alright, let's zoom you out. Take a look at you. Legs are real derp. Let me just fix these. Yeah, dude, if you got some ideas, I would love to snag them because I have absolutely no idea what to do with them. Because there are like a I just don't... I don't know where to go with them. They were originally like... So the main idea I had for the Noldaru, other than the fact that they're, you know, centaur cats, was that their eyes change color depending on their mood, and I actually have this color wheel on my computer that like assigns emotions to certain colors. It was like a mood ring type thing, but I was gonna have their eyes change color like a mood ring. So, they do that because they're like, well, they think they do that because they're like that they were originally created from the light of the aurora because they live in the north. That was sort of my reasoning for that, but I don't know if I want to keep it. Axobottle wants to help. Axobottle's here for help. I think he is. I think he's working on it, just kind of thinking out loud too, though. Good to have an idea in mind. Still, though, I'd like to know, do you have any, like, what kind of ideas do you have for right now of, like, do you have any ideas specifically for your bird people's, like, culture? Like, anything in particular that kind of stands out about them? Oh, okay, stop sign. See you later. Guess that negates that question. This one. Kind of in the way. Well, you'll get there. You can brainstorm. I posted, it's actually one of the first things in the art resources tag. I posted my, like, character sheet for, that I use for all my races. If you want to snag that and, kind of start filling it in. Yeah, that could certainly help if you, try that. I think it's the first pin in the, art research tag if you want to grab that. You can just delete, like, you can just remove any parts you don't think you're gonna need. That's what I do. I basically made myself a template and then just, filled it in whenever, like, you know, whatever parts I needed and took out stuff I did and kind of modify it. But it gave me a starting point at least. And 9:30. It was later than that. Thought I'd look up and it would be time to leave. Ribbons are super easy to do in line art. The light work continues. It continues. Forever and ever. Line arting ribbons takes forever, but it's fun. Like, at least this isn't the hardest thing I've ever had to do. Took longer to sketch them out, I think. And even then, that wasn't too bad. So I'm thinking tomorrow for game night, since we're not doing Undertale again. I've kind of had enough of that game. I'm thinking maybe for right, I kind of tossed up a little bit between Subnautica, Evoland, and Stardew Valley. I think for right now, for tomorrow, I think I want to do Subnautica. tomorrow, and I kind of want to see if it's something I want to pursue for a couple weeks. You know, a game I maybe want to try to play till the end. I kind of want something just chill and like, I don't know, like a collectible, like a game where like a collection survival game. I think would be pretty good and chill. So like a Stardew Valley type game would be good, but I also can't afford to buy Stardew Valley this month, so I've blown my entire paycheck on just life things, so it was kind of basically, I'm not really in the mood for an RPG at the moment, and I don't have Stardew Valley, so Subnautica it is for now, and then maybe next week we'll go to something else, if it's not something that we're all enjoying. I remember liking it a lot, but I'm very nervous that it's going to have all the same bugs and stuff that it had before. So, for right now, I think tomorrow's gonna be Subnautica, and then we'll go from there. Because Wednesday will be the last game night for the week until Monday. So I can take a couple. That'll give me a few days to just decide what I want to do. But I was looking at games that I have already. That I wouldn't have to buy, and I was looking through the game recommendations tag since I'm deleting that tonight, and merging it with the game discussion tag, so I was kind of writing down the stuff you guys suggested, and I don't know, I couldn't decide. What I wanted to play tomorrow. Honestly, I've really wanted to just play Wild. I just want to wander around and gather things. I don't even want to play, like, a real game. And the only reason I'm not playing Breath of the Wild on stream is because I know it's going to take me, like, 800 years, and that will be literally all we play for, like, the rest of my life. So, that's not a stream game, I don't think. I don't think that's something that will do well on a stream. I thought about maybe doing, if I could get it to hook up to my capture card correctly, maybe doing it like one time, just as like a, maybe like, you know, one week is Breath of the Wild and that's it. Just one time. Like, but... There's tons of time where you're just exploring beautiful expanses of the world, so it could be kind of meh, yeah. I also spend a lot of time just crashing opponent into stuff, so... and not control the horse at all. That's cool. Get out of a thing for me. Skyrim horses are not as good as Breath of the Wild horses, as far as I can tell, are not as good as Skyrim horses, though, because they can't go up mountains, and they won't just automatically get into fight with you. Unless you coop a few shrines or figure out a way to get to one of the dungeons. The dungeons are freaking cool. Yeah, I don't think I've seen a dungeon yet. I did do, that island where, was it Eventide? Where you can't, like, use your shit. I did that the other night by myself. I was just fucking around on my game and did that. That was actually really fun. I wouldn't mind, like, doing something like that again. It was kind of cool to get, like, you know, you kind of had to strategize a little bit and figure out what you were doing and, like, what your plan was. And that was kind of neat. I enjoyed that, quite a bit. It was challenging and I died a couple times, but, like, it was challenging in a way that I knew I could do. I went and did all the towers before starting the dungeon. It was super fun. I met my first bird. I did the Eventide Isle stuff, and then, there was a bird outside. I don't remember what his name is, but you could, like, do the parachute thing, but I don't have enough energy to do it. So I can only get so far, and then I fall, and then he's like, wow, I think I overestimated you. And I'm like, oh, thanks, dude. You're the best. So nice. Thank you for believing in me. Was it Cass? No, it was not. It was some other bird, though. Maybe it was Cass? I don't know. Big fluff bird. He's not the main character bird. So if you're talking about the main champion bird guy, no, it is not him. He was some random bird that showed up after I did the Eventide Isle dungeon. Or not dungeon, challenge. And I went in and got my little orb, and when I came out, he was sitting on top of the hill outside the thing, and was like, oh, I love being up here because it's windy and I can smell the breeze, and oh, do you want to play my parachute game? And I was like, yeah, I want to play your parachute game for 20 rupees, and then I, like, fell. Cass is the bard? Definitely not. Mostly because everything would kill me in one hit. That's good to know. That everything killed you in one hit. Those, ancient, like, drone things are, like, the worst thing ever. Like, all the shrines that have, like, the ancient robot you have to fight. Like, I totally do it, it just takes me, like, 800 years. And it wastes all of my weapons. Everything just breaks. I did the water dungeon with 3 hearts. The boss died because somehow I had perfect accuracy on the headshots. I don't know how you guys did the Eventide Isle, the giant pig thing. Whatever the island, like, boss was, when you had to get the orb off of his neck. I don't know how you guys beat him, but I beat him by knocking boulders off the cliff and hitting him with them, and then when I couldn't hit it, like, I used the time rune thing, and was, like, freezing the rocks in time and then smashing them with a sword or something until they exploded into him. And I basically killed him in, like, 10 shots just by hitting him with boulders that I had frozen in time. It was awesome. Telekinesis, that one, yeah. Just whack, 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 whack. Just smash the heck out of him with it, yep. I think that's the only way you can do it. I had to shoot him one time. I had to stop using the telekinesis thing one time, and that was because he grabbed a pine tree and was trying to use it as a club, and I was like, I can already barely get you in front of my boulders to hit you with it, so you need to not have that in your hands. And I had to, like, I shot him in the eye so he would drop the tree, and then smash the tree with the axe so that he couldn't use it. Like, no, you can't have that. Stop that. None of that, please. And then I found a little island-looking city, and then I was like, wait, I should go back. I left my horse on the beach. I also bought the house in that one city, and I kind of regret doing it because there's literally nothing in it. There's, like, exactly 0 reasons to buy that house, and I wasted a lot of rupees on it. Unless you can give me some reason. Magnet grab and the bomb were my favorite weapons for, like, a fourth of the game. You can upgrade the house later, I think. I bought the house, and then you can talk to the super fabulous guy with pink hair and scarf and whatever, and he, like, you can buy a bed, a door, and you can buy outdoors and lighting. You can buy the outdoor stuff, like he can plant more trees and flowers in the yard and whatever, and then he can put, like, weapon racks inside the house, but, like, you can't get, like, a table or, like, a shelf or, like, literally anything else. It's just like, oh, this is your house now. Here. You can store weapons in the house. Like Skyrim, gotta buy the useful stuff. Yeah, but, like, why wouldn't you want your best weapons with you? Why would you want to store weapons at the house? I mostly used, honestly, in Skyrim, I mostly used the house for, like, storing the shit I didn't want to carry around. Like, I have a whole treasure chest in Skyrim of just, like, named objects. Or, like, weapons that I don't use that were, like, fancy. You know? Like, I have, like, all the Daedric weapons are all in a chest in my house. Hello, Nezaruk, what's going on? I also believe upgrading the house fully unlocks a big quest chain for another reason. Oh, interesting. There's some super cool weapons that are unique. Oh, okay. I don't know. Fully upgrading the house lets you actually start building in the other village. Oh, interesting. Got home from my Friday. Oh, yay. Alright, well, I guess I'm gonna have to spend some more rupees on upgrading my house then. Super worth it. I guess I gotta do it. I don't know, like I said, Skyrim was more like... It was more like a hoard of treasures. Like, anybody who attempted to rob my house would be, like, the richest person on the planet. Because I had one chest that was all, like, I had one chest that was, just gemstones. Just gemstones and loose coins. And I had, like, 500 of each gemstone, and I had, like, 100,000 gold, or something wild like that. And, I had another chest that was all my Daedric artifacts, and I had another chest that was just my, like, unique named armor, and I was a bit of a hoarder in Skyrim. I had, like, an entire treasure trove worth of shit in my house. It's amazing. My character liked to steal all the things. A little of both, yeah, a little of both. Oh, hey, Mage, what's up? What's going on? What you guys doing? Yeah, we're talking about a little of both. They're pretty darn similar. I can't tell you how many times I've blown myself up with the stupid bombs, though. I keep thinking, and it's stupid because I don't know why I think this, but I keep thinking that pressing L again will put the bomb, will, like, deactivate it, but that's what explodes it, so sometimes I'll drop the bomb and be like, oh shit, I had to pick that up, and try to deactivate it. Stupid. That's all of them. At least the most important one. Dan. Find the one. Alright, let's do that thing that we do. The paper caps. For the ribbons. They're not paper strips, they're ribbons. Probably help if I actually finished closing up the liner. That would be good. Alright, see you later, Apple Gravy. So, yeah, so that's basically what I've been doing in Breath of the Wild, but I had a Link figure. I had the Link figure from, Smash Brothers series. So, I actually have I have Epona. I don't just have a horse named Epona, I actually have Epona, the legendary horse. The guy at the stable gets real excited when you bring that horse in particular up. It's really fun. He gets, like, super hype. He's like, oh my god, is that the Epona of Legend? And you're like, yes, it is. He won't let you rename it. You don't get to rename your horse if you choose Epona. Problem children. Can't get too far without a problem child. I wish that you could take the dogs with you. Because the dog at the first place you get to that you can, like, you know, register your horses at, that little dog is so fucking cute. It looks just like my dad's dog, and I got excited when I saw it. Can't take the dogs with you, as far as I can tell. Breath of the Wild dogs, I love them. They look just like my dad's dog. Like, they're like a collie type dog. Got really excited. So pure. Alright. Yay. Now just to color her. And shade her and all of that good stuff. There's technically one canine that can join you on your adventures, but it's an amiibo and technically not even a dog. Oh, is that the Wolf Link amiibo? Oh my god, Emu! What is this? Oh my god, I'm gonna bring this up on stream. Holy shit, what is this? No, Emu, come back! Look at it, it's so cute! It's so fat! It's so good. So pure. Oh, he's so fat. I love axolotls, dude. Oh, so good. Oh, so good and pure. They have almost all the Breath of the Wild amiibos. Yeah, oh, I want them so bad. They look so good. I just haven't had time or money to buy them. I also have literally nowhere to put them. I barely have space for my Smash Brothers amiibos. They don't really fit in the cabinet that well. They all bang into each other. Every now and then, Princess Zelda falls off the top shelf and tackles, Peach and just... I'm sorry, the other way around. Every now and then, Peach falls into Zelda's arms and then they just take the whole pile with them. Oh my god, Emu. It's so funny. Sphere boy! Yes. Ah, the most sphere. Yeah. Yeah. I'm pretty sure my amiibos, like, ship themselves, because they just, occasionally I look into the cabinet, and one of them has fallen down. At least it's not the turrets. The turrets are the ones that get broken when they fall. Alright, what was I doing? I actually opened Discord for a reason over here. Oh, I was gonna go look for the, oh jeez. Blonde hair, pale complexion, blue eyes. Alright. I'm gonna just throw a little bit of color on this for now. Not gonna spend too much more time since the stream's almost over, but I might as well use a little bit of the extra time. What other stuff do the amiibos do in Breath of the Wild, out of curiosity? I had to look up that that's how you get Epona. I was wondering if Epona was a horse you could, like, tame later on in the game, but I guess the only way to get her is to use the amiibo. But, like, what about, what did, like, the other ones do? Are there any, like, particularly cool ones? I guess it sounds like, the Wolf Link and Mid amiibo give you the Wolf Link as a companion. Spawning chests mostly? Okay. I suppose that works. Revali can give you a special helmet along with the other champion amiibos. Oh, okay. So I guess, like, Zelda-specific ones give you things sometimes, but but some of them don't. Might adjust a little bit. This little mark here, I'm going to, color a different color from the rest of the line art so it doesn't look like she has a goatee. I promise. I promise that won't look like that when I'm done with it. Oh, let's look up. I want to get, like, a good antlers color. I also need to learn how to spell antlers correctly. That would be Did I just say what did I just say? A pale bone color? Yeah. That is an excellent color. Could just be. I want to go that yellow. Yeah, I don't know. Does that amiibo do anything in particular? I don't have any of the Breath of the Wild amiibos, so I don't know. Not gonna copy her color. I think I need a base to start off of. There's something a little bit more. I think matching the yellow tone helps. Just spawning chest and items, that's pretty lame. Alright, you said the paper scraps are what color? Vibrant blue. First of all. Alright, let's see. White ribbon, okay. Well, that's pretty easy, I would say. I'm making color. So I think she needs sort of glow on her eyes. And then I'm also not gonna go crazy with the things in her hands, but top layer. I don't think I'll keep those exact colors, but just for placement reasons, I think that's... Then I'm gonna probably put some little, like... want to get some, like... I want to get, like, a cool, like... prolific, like, font. Have, like, words circling, but, like, not actual words, you know? Just, like... They'll look better than that, but that's sort of my idea, is just like in each hand she'll have like a little orb with some like cryptic looking font swirling around them, like they're not actual words, it'll just be like symbols. Then I'll get some cool glow and stuff on her, make her look all spiritual and whatnot. So, but I think I'm gonna end it on that note. I think is where we're going to stop, because it is almost 10 o'clock and I can actually finish on time tonight. So, I'm gonna go get ready for bed. Thanks for coming to hang out with me, guys. I appreciate it. You guys are a blast. I had fun talking tonight. It was just nice to just chill for once. So I'll see you guys tomorrow for Subnautica Pixel streaming. What is the boy doing? The other boy. Resume. Yeah, do your Pokebirds. I want to see them. Suppose we could go tackle Trixel, even though he's just doing his resume. You guys could learn a thing or two about resume building. That's something that interests you. Let's go bug Trixel anyway. Alright, I'll see you guys later. Bye!